What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of Sharp Shorts. Let's get right to it. So, a few days ago, I came across an Instagram post that talked about a leaked group chat of a veteran snow bunny who is married to a black professional athlete teaching aspiring snow bunnies how to do what she did, which was to lock down a black professional athlete and live the soft life. Now, she was talking specifically about those who play in the NBA and the NFL, because obviously most of those leagues are comprised mostly of black athletes. And as usual, black women are losing their minds by characterizing this as predatory, calling it gold digger behavior, and describing it as a pick me for dummies. So, of course, your boy had to go in and have a look at these messages to see what all the fuss is about. So let's go and jump right in here, shall we? Number one, she says, he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You cannot change his. This is absolutely spot on, because never forget, men are made while women are born. Okay. And that's not meant to belittle women, and it's not meant to pedestalize men. It simply acknowledges the evolutionary and biological truth about how men and women procreate through the process of natural selection. And when a woman adopts this mindset and treats a man as such, it is very, very hard for a man to walk away from. And the reason for that is because most modern women simply don't think this way. Most modern women think they're the prize simply because they were born with boobs and lady bits. And their habits, their traits, their characteristics, all of that make that clear very, very quickly. So when a woman comes along and understands that he is the prize, and then she internally acknowledges that he can change her life while she can't change his, her habits and actions reflect it. Let's go to number two here, shall we? Dealing with cheating. Oh boy. It says, don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him and some will succeed. If it's just a fling, let it go. But don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. P.S. He'll always be attracted to black girls. Activate that shenanigans by picking at her and let him see it. He'll ditch her real quick, lol. If she's like us, she continues, it'll be harder because more than likely she's playing to win him to make him choose. that that postscript is probably that PS. It's probably what's really got black women's panties in a bunch. But before I talk about my thoughts on that, let me quickly remind you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I would also like to remind you that this Sunday, May the 17th at 4 p.m. Pacific, I will be hosting a call-in relationship advice live stream on Rumble. And if you want to call in to get dating and relationship advice and coaching, you do not have to show your face on camera. You can be completely anonymous. So if you want the link to the stream, join my Discord, link in description. Okay, let's break this down here. So once again, veteran Snow Bunny is right. Athletes are definitely going to have other women on the side. You can call it right or wrong. You can call it moral or immoral. You can call it whatever you want. That's the way it is. And any woman who gets in her feelings about her power forward husband smashing some random IG model on a road trip, that's allowing her ego to invade the relationship. And this is one of the major differences between black women and white girls. Black women have been conditioned for so long to think that their WAP is the end all be all and black girl magic, and that should be enough to satisfy a man's needs, that any deviation from that whatsoever is looked at as a personal affront to their very existence. But here is the real reason why they lose their minds when they get cheated on. It's because they know their vajayjays are the only thing of value they bring to the relationship. So when her man goes out and gets that from another woman, of course she's going to freak out. But a woman who knows she brings more than her lady bits to a relationship, she's not worried about some yacht thought stealing her man, because she knows that the 304 and the 305, she's not going to cook. She's not going to clean. She's not going to cater to him. She's not going to take care of his house. She's not going to do anything else that differentiates women from being good for a nighttime and good for a lifetime. Now, this isn't to say that she isn't going to be hurt by him stepping out on her, but the difference between a man who loves you and a man who does not is how messy he is with his other women. If he makes sure that she never finds out about his other woman or women, it means he truly loves her. But if he doesn't really care about her, he is not as vigilant as keeping his extramarital affairs under wraps. A good example of this is the Klay Thompson Megan Thee Stallion breakup. If Klay really truly loved Megan, he would have moved very differently, and Megan would have never seen that selfie of him and the chick he smashed behind her back on Instagram. But he didn't. That's why he stood there and smiled for the camera, and that's why Megan was really hurt. Not only did Klay step out on her, which crushed her fragile ego, he was messy with it, which means he didn't give a damn about embarrassing her. And this is why the veteran Snow Bunny's advice was to not look for it. White girls know that women are going to try their pro athlete husbands, but rather than trying to be Sherlock Holmes and flipping out about him liking some random girl's picture, she advises aspiring snow bunnies to not let their egos get in the way of the relationship. Then she goes a step further and tells them not to let him get emotionally attached to one of them, which is impeccable advice. Because all of these accusations, all of these, who was she and why did you like her picture and where were you? And I think you're cheating on me. All of that destroys a man's peace at home. That makes him ripe for the picking by the side chick on the road. But I love how she sticks the landing with the activate Shanae advice because that works every time. Black women have many, many forms of kryptonite. And a white girl picking at her is definitely one of the most powerful ones. Now, the one part that I slightly disagree about this is her saying at the end that he'll always be attracted to black girls. While this might be true with a lot of pro athletes when they get drafted, most of these guys really sort of lose their taste for black women as a natural byproduct of their newfound lifestyle and environment. He may have been attracted to black women when he was younger or when he was a teen or when he was in college. But once he's around women who don't wear wigs, who aren't overweight, and who offer nothing but a big booty, black women just aren't, they're just not as appealing anymore. So rather than give that slight so other than that slight disagreement, as far as I'm concerned, she nailed the disc. She nailed the dismount. I will give you a 9.5, ma'am. Well done. Let's go to number 3. Be an asset to him. Oh wow. She advises women to fold his clothes, buy and bring him his food, and do his homework. Completely ingratiate yourself into his life, she says, where he cannot function without you. Gentlemen, this advice is absolute gold. And these habits, those are what are going to separate her from most other girls, regardless of race. And the term she used, asset, that is the perfect word because that is exactly the kind of woman that high value men commit to, a woman who is an asset to them. Most girls that a college athlete deals with, they're not going to do much of anything but look good and suck good, right? But the girl who folds his clothes, the girl who cleans his apartment, make sure his car is clean and spotless. Remember, we are in the era of NIL, does his homework and brings him his food. That's the one who's going to be sitting right next to him on his couch, jumping for joy when he gets drafted. But the most important distinction to the advice in number 3 is that black women are allergic to doing anything that actually benefits a man. They moan and groan about having to make a dude a plate at a cookout, much less cooking and cleaning for the guy. This particular mindset is prevalent among black women. And if you don't believe me, check out this clip from the How to Relationship podcast I did with the lovely and talented Devin. Take a look and listen. You give a man with options, girlfriend energy. You bring him lunch to work. You cook for him at his house. You clean his place. You do his laundry. You give a man
Insane.
with options, girlfriend energy. You bring him lunch to work. You cook for him at his
Crazy.
house. You clean the. This is what she's thinking, I promise you.
This place you do his laundry. This place you do his laundry. This place you do his laundry.
And it says, and we wonder why 3 out of 4 black women aren't married and never will be. Did you guys see that? You guys see that? That woman actually scoffed at the very idea of a woman doing things to make a man happy. And that is another reason why we consistently see snowy weather on draft night. Let's go to number 4. Don't embarrass him, she says. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. His cute friends and teammates will try you. Ignore it. Just in case the relationship goes south, another athlete will see you as gold. Now, this is good advice in general because obviously no man wants to be with a woman who embarrasses him by cheating and texting other dudes. But her just in case clause at the end might rub people the wrong way because as it's written, the way people might see this is that it's advising women not to embarrass, cheat on, or text other dudes only because it may lead to another relationship with another athlete if there's a breakup, rather than not engaging in these behaviors because she loves and respects him. And my response to that is, who cares why she behaves? I'd rather a woman do the right thing for the wrong reason than doing the wrong thing for what she'll characterize as the right reason. Well, she only cooks and cleans for him because he's projected to be a first-round draft pick. And the point that's the point. That's why she's doing it. We don't care about why. She's not flirting with his teammates because she wants to what? Show everyone else that she can be trusted? What's wrong with that? Ladies, we don't care why you behave. We care that you behave. Just like you don't care how a man makes his fortune, you care that he's made his fortune. Worrying about what your woman's motivations are for not embarrassing you or cheating on you, that's a female mindset. Stop overthinking this, guys. It is what it is. Let's go to number 5. Oh, this is a good one. Go completely wild on him in bed. Use throat spray and do everything. Be spontaneous and make it go down anytime, anywhere. Yes, sir. W advice. And again, I want to point out that she is advising these aspiring snow bunnies to do whatever it takes to please him in bed, which includes the use of throat spray, which numbs her gag reflex during a BJ, which allows her to make his eyes roll to the back of his head and make his toes curl at the same time. Not only that, she says do anything and everything, which means being submissive and allowing him to do anything and everything he wants to her. Do you know any black women who isn't repelled by the word submission? How many black women advise other black women to do anything and everything for their man in bed? Yeah, I didn't think so. And black women wonder why these dudes are leaving them for white girls. Let's go to number 6. His mom, she says, Lexi, who the girl she's talking to, do not tell his mom any personal information, especially something negative. She will tell his entire family and he'll blame you. Just smile and be quiet. This is low key one of the best pieces of advice she gives here because we all know that black mothers don't like it when their sons date white girls in the first place. And because of that, you know the mom is going to run her version of a background check on Haley to see if she can dig up any dirt. So, advising her not to volunteer any personal information, that is an excellent piece of advice. I would even go a step further and advise her to scrub her Instagram and any other social media that shows her with other guys or at the club or on yachts and so forth. Trust me on that one, ladies. You'll thank me later. Number 7, always look good and appealing. Hair and face always has to be done. W advice again, this is credible insight because men of value are going to have women throwing themselves at them constantly, as she said in number 2. And though some women might succeed, as she also stated, looking good all the time reduces those odds. Not substantially, but a man is far more likely to step out on a woman who wears pajamas and hair bonnets half the time, right? Another benefit to looking good all the time is that it also makes him look good. This veteran snow bunny, she is clearly aware that she is an extension of her husband and not the other way around, like black women tend to think, right? And a woman who represents her man well in public and private and is a woman who's going to last a lot longer than a woman who dresses like she doesn't give a damn. The final paragraph reads, push for marriage or at least to have multiple kids and you've got them. In 2 years on draft day, you'll be a millionaire and all your friends will work hard in school to literally never live the life you live. It's so sweet and rewarding, Lex. I'm in Cancun right now. I can hear black women now. The only reason she did all this is because she wants to get married and have children. Uh, isn't that the point? What's wrong with a woman treating a man well because she wants to be taken care of? Because the TLDR version of her advice is to simply treat a man well to increase the odds of earning his commitment. Okay, you think it's easy for a woman to treat him like he's the prize and deal with potential cheating and do all the things that encompass being an asset to him and refrain from talking to other dudes who are most definitely going to holler at her if she looks good and keeping him satisfied in the bedroom all while looking good all the time? Of course not. But that's why black women are invisible to pro athletes. They're not willing to do what's difficult for anything, much less for a black man. All relationships are transactional, and snow bunnies are keenly aware of this. And unlike black women, they don't believe that they're entitled to professional athletes just because they look good and they're a certain skin tone. No, they know they got to work for it. They know they got to earn that commitment. And when a woman wants the role of the wife, she auditions first to show him that she can play the role, rather than adopting the typical black woman's mindset that refuses to give him wife benefits on a girlfriend's salary. Now, again, some people might characterize this as predatory behavior, but what most people fail to realize is that predatory behavior only benefits the predator. For example, when a lion preys on a zebra and catches it, only the lion benefits while the zebra gets eaten alive, which obviously does not benefit the zebra. In the same vein, when women target multiple men of means for designer bags, cash, trips, bags, gifts, all that stuff. That is predatory because she's just bouncing from one guy to the next with absolutely no intention of settling down, becoming his wife, or having his children. And that's the main distinction with gold diggers. A woman who is talking to multiple men of means only because she wants to post all the gifts and the trips and the bags and the fancy restaurants to Instagram, that is a gold digger. But a woman who tries to consolidate on one man, that is a smart digger. This veteran snow bunny is telling white girls to give him what he wants so that she can also get what she wants. She's advising women to give of themselves to make it a mutually beneficial relationship. That's not predatory behavior, guys. That's just common sense. Now, I know people are still going to think it's all an act. She's going to turn around and take him for everything he's got, half of his present future income. And you might be right. But as we teach you guys here in the sphere, make sure she also has skin in the game. And the reason we tell you this is because we know that women are far less likely to walk away from a relationship they have invested in. And if a pretty white girl spends 3 to 4 years taking care of pick a wide receiver out of Ohio State, she's not going to blow up the relationship because she's worked hard to be in that position. But also, they also know that being the wife of a rich professional athlete, that's a far better life than being a rich single mother who gets passed around by other athletes and entertainers. White girls actually value the position of being a wife. They don't buy into the city girl lifestyle like black women do. And as far as all of this behavior being an act, it might actually start out that way. But if her intent is to get married and have children and live the soft life, she will adopt this act if she's done it. If she'll actually adopt the act if she's done it long enough, right? Like a woman can't fake that. She can't fake this behavior for 5 years. After the first year, all of these habits become traits, and traits eventually become characteristics. So even if she planned to flip the script, it's not likely to happen because she has seen over the years that good behavior means a good life. And why would any woman walk away from that to become another baby mama of another professional athlete? So at the end of the day, shout out to this woman for helping out this young aspiring snow bunny. It is actually one of the very few times I have witnessed older women actually giving younger women sound advice on dating. So shout out to her. Thanks for watching.